stepping into a
Absolutely.
role of a big villain at this stage of like the show, as we said like previously, like that must have carried some weight, right? Especially what you were pitched and what this means to the story in the
Yeah.
World Tournament.
Oh, absolutely, man. Yeah, and I've never played a villain before. I think I last time we
Mm.
talked, I mentioned that. So yeah, it feels like a big responsibility and something you want to get right. But it's so much fun too. It's kind of I
Yeah.
didn't realize how much fun it is to be the bad guy. I mean, it's great. It's really exciting. And yeah, no, I'm really pleased with how things are looking so far. So I'm
How
excited.
did you feel about picking up that accent as well? And what did you try and
Um,
bring to it?
to tell you the truth, man, I think that's one of the I think it's one of the, and just sorry to clarify, the accent's actually a Croatian accent. That's kind of like what we landed on. But
Oh,
I know a
okay.
lot of people will assume it's Russian, but it's actually a Slavic, like a Croatian accent. Yeah, that was a big part of, I think, at first I was really intimidated by it because I'd done an accent before for a film, but it wasn't like I hadn't, it was only for a small, like a bit part, so it wasn't really something I was doing continuously.
Mm.
So it was pretty intimidating, but I will say I think it really helped define the character and help me get into the headspace of that sort of like stoic,
My sensei wants me to be the best. It's because of him I never lose. Nice round kick.
cold, warrior, because I don't know, it
100%.
felt so removed from me as a person. I think if I was in my voice, just like kind of like, hey, bro. I mean, I don't know how I talk. But I know it's maybe not the most intimidating thing.
Just really nice.
Yeah. So it was helpful. It was a challenge, obviously, and you want to get it right, but it definitely helped define the character and get me in that headspace. He's Croatian. It's funny, like we kind of left the character. I don't know if I guess it's fine to say, but the character was really just meant to be international. Like I don't think it was specified what he needed to be. It was sort of like, what can you come up with? Like, what can you come in with? And initially, I think I had picked like a Scandinavian accent because I had done that before, and I felt like, okay, like Vikings, like that seems intimidating. And then as I was doing that, it didn't feel right. It just didn't feel, it's too sing-songy. Like I felt like Gold Member sort of, like I didn't feel like I was I don't know, like it didn't feel intimidating enough for the character. So I remember texting Josh, John, and Hayden before, like I think I had filmed some fighting stuff, but I hadn't spoken yet. And I was like, hey, like, and I think that's initially like what they kind of had. And I think naturally, like, you kind of have that Eastern European or Russian in your mind when you think of, because it's obviously there's people drawing comparisons to the Ivan Drago. And so like, I think that's sort of what comes to mind. So I remember texting them being like, hey guys, like, I think I feel much more comfortable doing an Eastern European. They're like, yeah, you know what? Like, that's kind of what we had in mind all along. So we ended up luckily getting, figuring that out. And, I think it's a much better choice for the character. And we landed on Croatian just because, yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't know if I should be like, if I'm saying anything that is, I guess it's fine. But yeah, it's just, I have Croatian background, like in my family. I was like, oh, it'd be pretty cool to represent
that's cool.
in some way. And it still felt like a strong choice for the character. So yeah, that's kind of how we got there.
Yeah, like the name kind of, it was giving an Eastern European kind of
Mhm.
vibe, and I was thinking that at first, but I think the Russian is more like the comparisons to Ivan Drago, so everyone's just like, yeah, okay, this guy's got to be
Yeah,
Russian.
totally. And maybe
But
it's like,
like,
it's not
yeah,
too different, but I think it was cool to differentiate a little bit, not be like too much on the nose. Like this guy is exactly that. And there's obviously
yeah,
like
that's what I'm glad.
a lot of differences with the character outside of that, but still, I think it's good to differentiate. And
No, 100%. Yeah,
so,
Axel's got to be his own unique character.
100%. Yeah.
And he's got the presence of this dojo. It's pretty much they've got fighters from around the world. So
Exactly. Exactly.
Zara's Indian,
Mhm.
and then obviously your characters from Europe, and all the other characters, I'm sure they're from different parts of the world. But yeah, that's the cool part about the Iron Dragons, and like all the other dojos, they're from that country. They're all
Exactly.
from there. So it's like, oh, we don't know what these guys are like what
Exactly.
dojos they've been
Yeah.
a part of before. But yeah, adds to the globalization. And speaking of team,
Here we go.
I've spoken to the other boys, Brandon, Daniel, Jules as well, and they were saying they're Sakai Taikai dream teams.
Yeah.
Now, Patrick, I need you to tell me what would your Sakai Taikai dream team be. So you have the opportunity to take 6 competitors with you and 2 senseis, or you can add 3 senseis because technically Miyagi-Do has 3, but
okay, so I have to pick just 2 senseis. It can't be more than
at least 2 senseis.
At least 2 senseis, but I could go over one.
Yeah, and you can pick 3. Give you the option. You can add Karate Kid characters, so you can add younger Johnny if you want, or you can just take the Cobra Kai or what you know from season 6.
Okay. This is tough. Is it bad if I just pick Iron Dragons? If I just, you know,
I mean, it's totally up to you.
Oh man, this is where you're always trying to get me to hurt feelings.
I think I do. Yeah.
What's your problem, man? What's no? Look,
I'm really trying to make you and Brandon into your characters now.
Yeah, yeah, I know. You're really trying to start some beef here.
You going to keep defending, or are you going to fight?
Okay, this is this is tough. Okay, Iron Dragon. I gotta go with Reina. I gotta get like my teammate in there because obviously we fight together. We have an understanding. Like I feel like I have to have her in there. I have to pick Johnny because he's just my favorite character. I love that guy. Devin has a lot of heart. I like how you know maybe I'd toss her in the mix. I kind of my nemesis in some ways, but Brandon. I mean, I can't.
Quan, yeah.
I can't dispute his ability, so I feel like I'd put him in there. Honestly, Silver. I would have to put Silver. I just feel like he's such a big guy and he's such an intimidating. I feel like he would just be such a great guy to have. Wolf. Jon if we're being honest, like I know I'm inclined to pick people from but that's 3 senseis. But I feel like I just have to.
Oh my god, Johnny was with them as senseis.
Add Miguel. Nice. Miguel's definitely gonna add Miguel. I'm gonna add Tory.
Yes, sensei.
Tory's great. Hawk. I feel like that would be like a really that'd be a crazy team.
That's a cold team. Oh my god, yeah. Because you got Miyagi-Do there, you got Iron Dragons.
It's a perfect mix. You get a little bit of each, you know.
Oh my god, Johnny was with them as senseis. Oh, no one's winning that. I mean, no one's beating that team.
Yeah, no, I mean
it's clear enough.
Like we've got heart, we've got a lot of good fighters. Nice mix. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that team.
It's a cold team. That's a cold
team. Or they all just like can't get along because there's too many opinions and differing teaching styles. But it'd be pretty good. Be a crazy team.
I do think they'd be scared of Sensei Wolf.
Yeah,
especially how he treats.
He'd be hitting everybody. Oh my god!
Oh, I love that. I love that team, bro. Yeah, that's a great team.